was 31 years old in 2013, I was experiencing issues with my vision, and I went in to see my ophthalmologist, was sent directly to a retina specialist, and was diagnosed that afternoon with ocular melanoma, a rare form of melanoma that impacts 6 in a million people. Thankfully, at the time, the tumor was contained in my eyeball. And so my treatment was really straightforward. I had plaque therapy targeted to my left eye from the day I was diagnosed to the day that radiation was removed from my eyeball was 22 days, and I was a cancer survivor. And they biopsied my cells during the treatment. And I soon learned that I was a best case scenario. I was classified as a 1A, which meant there was a less than 2% chance that the cancer would ever spread. So, about a year and a half later, I was getting a routine liver ultrasound. If it does spread, it tends to go to the liver. And got a phone call that afternoon from the oncologist herself with the devastating news that they found 12 plus suspicious lesions on my liver, and that lucky me, I had fallen into this 2% category. So immediately, I got my dad involved. I'm very, very lucky to be the daughter of a physician based in Omaha, Nebraska. My dad just retired as an internist. And we met with the doctor to understand what my treatment options were. And at the time, there were no FDA approved therapies for this rare cancer. So my doctor suggested that I start on Yervoy, which was the only, which is only approved for cutaneous melanoma or skin cancer. And she told me that I had 16 months to live. And my dad was on the other line, and he said, "Well, what about clinical trials?" And her response was, "That would be very expensive." And she really discouraged us from even considering that as an option. My mom passed away from pancreatic cancer in 1997 when I was 15 years old. And so my dad had already been through this once before with another family member. The week that my mom died, she was supposed to fly to California for a clinical trial, but she was too weak to go. And so he knew from experience that we needed to consider clinical trials first and foremost, not as an afterthought. And so he sort of took the reins, and I gladly let him. My boyfriend at the time proposed that week. And so I focused on my new engagement, and my dad focused on trying to find us a clinical trial that would give us more hope than the 16 months that doctor had given us. So that is sort of the introduction for me for clinical trials. And I ended up going into 4 different clinical trials over the course of the next 7.5 years. Coupled with some traditional therapies, but every clinical trial bought me more time. And I'm happy to say that this month I celebrate 4 years being no evidence of disease or cancer free, which is a complete miracle considering my initial diagnosis. And it is all thanks to clinical trials.